If you haven't filed your taxes yet, you're in luck. The IRS just gave you more time to get it done. This year, Americans have an extra month to file because of the pandemic. The deadline is now May 17th.
NBC News senior business correspondent Stephanie Ruhle joins us now. Stephanie, good morning. We love when you're here. This is good news for me since I haven't filed yet. So tell us, why is the deadline extended and what does it mean for taxpayers and people like me?
I love that both of you optimists are starting this morning feeling great and lucky about taxes. No one ever feels that way about either. Yes, Joe is right. The tax deadline has been extended to May 17th. Now, that doesn't change anything. You're still going to need to file your taxes. You have a bit more time. If you think you need an extension beyond May 17th, it's still the regular old extension, which is October 15th, which you have to file paperwork for. But in general, is there anything you need to do because of this extension? No. You still need to get your papers together. You've got to get it done. And why is this happening? Well, the IRS put out a statement and they said they're obviously in unusual circumstances because of the pandemic. We know that they're responsible for getting these stimulus payments out. That's to 85% of U.S. households. That takes a lot of time. But beyond that, think about all of the government intervention and support over the last year because of the pandemic. Lots of that has impacted the tax code. So they have all sorts of complications and questions they need to deal with, in addition to the fact that they've had huge budget cuts at the IRS and much fewer staff than they had even a few years ago. And they need some more time.
That's what I was hearing from my accountant just yesterday. It's a lot more difficult this year with a lot of last minute changes, COVID, everything like that.
For them and for us.
Yeah. Speaking of COVID, Stephanie, how does working from home, which so many have done for the past year, impact your taxes?
So I have good news and bad news. I have good news for people who are consultants who work for themselves. For people in that situation who don't get a W-2, they're in good shape. They can write off a lot, that portion of their house that might be their home office, their office supplies, maybe even part of their utilities. But for you two, no such luck. For people who work for companies who get, a normal W-2 at the end of the year, we can't write any of this stuff off. What we can do is potentially talk to the HR department from our employer and find out, are we getting any sort of stipend? Because so many of us are working from home. Just think about all of the personal expenses you've incurred to do office work. Well, maybe your company, our company, might give us a little, but as far as taxes go, no dice.
Good news and bad news, though. We can take it. All right, Stephanie, there have also been delays in getting tax return checks while the stimulus checks ship out to tens of millions of Americans. As we've said many times now, there's a lot going on. What should people who haven't already filed do, especially if their tax return might be delayed?
Listen, even if it's going to be delayed, it'll be delayed even longer if you don't file those taxes. So get your paperwork together, get your taxes filed as soon as you can. And you are right. We are seeing big delays this year for a lot of people who already filed. There's no magic trick to get that refund quicker. You can go to irs.gov and you can go to Where's My Refund and start to track it. But the longer you wait to file, the longer you'll wait to get that return.
So going to the website more and more doesn't make it come any faster, like pushing the elevator button like over and over. So it's going to come faster.
It doesn't make it come any faster. However, it's better than nothing. At least you will find out, is it being processed? Where is it? We know it's worse when there's simply no one to call. You can use the website, but no, if you keep clicking, it doesn't happen quicker.
Very quickly, Stephanie, President Biden says he's planning to propose increasing taxes for those making more than $400,000 a year. What can you tell us about that?
This should not be a surprise to anyone. He said it yesterday morning in an interview. He said he would be fulfilling a campaign promise. This isn't about raising the corporate tax rate, which we're confident he's going to do. This is about raising taxes for the wealthiest Americans. It's proposed for people making over $400,000 a year to go from 37% to 39.5%. Right now, it's just a proposal. We've already heard a lot of pushback from Republicans. So if this does go to a vote, you might expect it to go to the reconciliation process, which is how they got the stimulus package through, the American Rescue Bill, where you need 51 votes. You don't have to get the full over 60. So we'll see. It could happen, but it'll take some time.
Stephanie Ruhle, so much good info there. Thank you. Thank you. We love when you join us.
Good to see you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.